DNA test on identical triplets leads to the most puzzling twist. The Dom sisters are beautiful, blonde, and obviously identical triplets. But that only made the analysis of their DNA so much stranger. They had actually handed their DNA samples to experts on the doctors, not expecting to discover anything of note. Yet the results they received revealed a decades-old secret. The fallout from the wild revelation had daytime television fans enthralled, the triplets scratching their heads and the family's backstory completely upended.
Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos.
The analysis came about after Inside Edition began investigating just how accurate home DNA testing really is. And as Nicole, Erica, and Jacqueline, the Dom triplets, are identical sisters, you'd think their DNA samples would be pretty much identical as well. It was certainly clear that investigative reporter Lisa Guerrero and the triplets were not expecting any strange results. "I think they'll be the same," Erica said of her expectations of the results. Her sisters agreed too. "We have to have the same DNA," said Jacqueline. After all, the triplets are so similar that even their own parents apparently had to give the sisters tattoos just to identify them when they were little. Little did they know that the tests would be very strange. You see, Lisa Guerrero wasn't only testing the Dom triplets. She also had 3 other tests running. The Maynard triplets from Nebraska supplied samples to Family Tree Aetna, and a set of New Jersey triplets used Ancestridna, while the Pyfrom quadruplets from California gave DNA to 2323andMe. Their ancestry should be absolutely identical, one expert told Lisa before she had the results. But while the results should be the same, Inside Edition was keen to find out if they actually would be. It was a particularly relevant question, because at-home DNA testing is a very popular holiday gift. Ancestry even boasted in 2020 that 30 million people had already used their services. And if you are trying to trace your ancestors, you want the results to be accurate, right? So this experiment would provide the ultimate challenge for these kits. After all, triplets occur when a single fertilized egg splits into 3 embryos in the womb. The genetic makeup of each resulting baby is, therefore, the same. But Lisa wanted a more granular understanding of the Dom sisters. She wanted to know if their ancestry aligned too. The DNA tests, supplied for the Dom triplets by the popular ancestry site 2323andMe, worked like this. The triplets surrendered spit into a small vial that was then shipped to the parent company. There, machines and professionals extracted DNA cells from the saliva for analysis. So far, so simple. According to 2323andMe, its laboratory then processes the DNA on a genotyping chip that reads hundreds of thousands of locations in each person's genome. At this point, 2323andMe will give each individual a personalized set of results that are based on well-established scientific and medical research. So all the triplets had to do was wait. But this would be no ordinary reveal. As Erica is married to an executive producer of a daytime talk show, it was perhaps inevitable that the sisters would find out their answers while being filmed. So after the experts had finished analyzing the Dom's samples, the details of the study were shared with them on the doctors. When the show began, before diving into the results, the doctor's host, Dr. Travis Stork, asked the triplets a simple question: how would you feel if your ancestry was different? Nicole's answer may have echoed a lot of viewers watching at home. "I don't know how that could happen," she said. "We're one egg that split, and we all came out of our mother, so maybe a little different DNA, but we still have the same ancestry, right?" That seemed logical, and everybody appeared to agree. The first of the 2 tests the sisters took looked purely at their DNA and not their ancestry. This confirmed the obvious. They were indeed identical triplets. Well, duh. The second test, though, had much more surprising results. In front of a live audience, Lisa Guerrero revealed the results of the second test. "Nicole," she said, "you're 18% British and Irish. Erica, you're 15% British and Irish. And Jacqueline, well, that was another story. one that raised a whole bunch of questions. Jacqueline was 19% British and Irish. How the sisters wondered, could their percentages be different if their DNA was the same? These were small discrepancies in the grand scheme of things, sure, but they were discrepancies nonetheless. The test results had further surprises in store, though. Nicole had about 11% French and German ancestry, while her sisters had about twice as much. Meanwhile, Nicole was 11.4% Scandinavian, and her sisters were just 7.4%. With more discrepancies showing up, the sisters and the audience grew more confused. What was particularly confusing was that they could actually unlock one another's phones with their identical fingerprints. How could they be so similar, yet so different? Were they human anomalies? Well, probably not. But part of the answer was clarified when 23andMe responded. See, 23andMe reports results based on a user's confidence levels. These lower confidence levels, the spokesperson said, allow you to take a more speculative look at your ancestry breakdown. Right? But what does that mean in English? The spokesperson said that if the triplets submitted their tests with low confidence levels, they were going to throw off the comparisons. And the 23andMe representative also played down the differences, as they were not that significant in size. Case closed. Maybe not. Back on the doctors, Lisa pitched a question to Dr. Travis. We found a few discrepancies, she said. What does that say to you? What is your takeaway from these tests? And Dr. Travis gave the diplomatic answer. I'm not a geneticist, he said. But I love the idea of these at-home tests for fun. We're not to a place yet where you can just spit in a cup and have every single answer that you're looking for. So what did the tests accomplish? For Lisa, it showed that perhaps there could be more value in spending the extra money to have a laboratory test instead of an at-home test. But there has certainly been a widening of the world's understanding and interest in genes, ancestries, and genetics. And while the DOMs may have continued to wonder about their genetic differences, they were far more fortunate than another set of triplets who experienced tragedy right from the start. Please feel free to share with your friends.